Did you know Rogan at all before you did the pod?
No, I just hung out with him that week leading up to it.
Because I
was in Austin
doing shows at.
I recorded my special.
Did you
before I did Rogan?
Where'd you record the special at?
In Austin at the Creek in the Cave.
Oh, that's Creek in the Cave.
Yeah.
Have you done the Vulcan yet?
I did.
Feels
it's
like
good.
a Slipknot concert.
Yeah. It's a little.
There's like metal and people standing up.
Oh, really?
Have you done a Vulcan yet?
No.
It's good though.
Room.
It's good.
It's good.
If if you walked in there and saw that room, you'd be like, "This is going to be a fucking disaster." Because it's a rock room. It's like
it's made for
it's
like
music. It's a music
for like
venue.
raves.
So it's tall ceilings.
So it's like there's like
Yeah.
Literally, that was my joke. I was like feeling that. I was like, I feel like I'm in a fucking Slipknot concert. Like there's like metal everywhere.
That's tough.
It's in.
But it
and then
works.
people are standing and there's couches.
Yeah.
And then after we were performing, it turns into like a rave show. Like goes on.
Yeah, like people are waiting to get in the door to fucking do drugs and lick each
Wow.
other's ass. Yeah, it's weird.
Wow.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's a good club though.
they did make it good. Like it shouldn't be
Solid.
good.
What about
Should
what-
it
not
shouldn't work.
So the Creek in
Yeah.
the Cave is what is that? Is that a comedy club?
Yeah, it was in New York, and they moved it to Austin.
So now Austin's going to open Cap Cities. Rogan has a place.
Uh-huh.
Creek in the Cave. There's a lot of venues now.
Yeah.
Also, be a good hub.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever think about moving during this whole
No.
COVID shit?
No, I just moved to New York, and like I just got in at the Cellar.
So there's no reason to.
I'm gonna stay at the Cellar.
Yeah.
The Cellar's really good.
Yeah.
Fuck
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
The best.
It's dude, it's so good.
I just did Buffalo with Dove Davidoff.
And the Stand, by the way.
Yeah. Dove's
Shout
in
out to
there.
the Stand.
Stand's
Dove's there
great,
all the
too.
time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's around. It's great, and it's just like it's hard to bomb.
Did you get
It's
passed?
very hard
Did
to
you get
bomb.
passed on the first try? First go?
I had a weird way of getting past because I auditioned like kind of before COVID, and then COVID happened.
So
Well, I actually auditioned like before SNL a little bit, and then I got canceled,
and they're like,
and then COVID happened. So there was like really no window for me to even audition, and then they just called and were like, "Send us your avails,"
Fuck
Who-
yeah.
kind of out of nowhere.
You've probably talked about this before. Who called you to tell you weren't on SNL?
Lauren and like a lady, and then Lauren. Yeah.
like a lady that represents Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, anytime
called?
you talk to Lauren, somebody would call and be like,
was he
"Lauren
cool?
Michaels is on the line."
Was he cool?
I like Lauren a lot. Yeah, I still do.
Was it your? Again, I'm sure you've talked about this.
It's
but
fine.
We haven't heard. Was it your dream to do Saturday Night Live? Like, was that the goal?
Maybe in like 7th grade.
when it was like?
But then once I
booming?
started doing stand up, I was like, this is, yeah. I knew, I figured I would never be on SNL, like ever, because I've seen it
Yeah.
Yeah.
lately, and I know what I do,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, it's very.
Do you think it's a blessing in disguise that all this
for
happened?
sure.
You
Here's
auditioned
what
with-
I'll say.
What else are you gonna do though? You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
could sulk on it and be
of
like,
course.
"Ah,
That's,
fuck," and
yeah,
figure it
what
out,
could you
but what
do?
else?
Should I quit?
But I gotta be honest. It's one of the reasons I think a lot of people rallied around because everyone's like, oh,
Definitely.
"What the fuck?" We've all said stupid shit.
Yeah.
man, you know.
But there's also like there's, I think if I would have got SNL, I think I could have done very well on it.
Agree.
And
Yeah.
had a good career that way.
100%.
And now that I got canceled from it, or however you want to say it,
Yeah, canceled.
I think that is also a good opportunity. So I would say I would rather it have happened than not at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like if I just never got SNL and never got
Either
canceled,
way, it
I think
it
it's
put you on the
yeah,
map.
yeah, for sure.
press.
Yeah, and I think, I'm all right. I'm comfortable having eyes on me with what I'm creating.
Mm-hmm. Well,
You know what I
you're
mean?
creating your.
Like I'm not afraid to. I'm not worried about a spotlight on what I make.
No, but
if
also
that makes sense.
No, it makes
Yeah.
sense. But
'Cause
also,
if I sucked and got canceled, that would be a
be tough.
huge
going.
problem.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you wouldn't have a career.
Yeah, that would be a major issue.
Yeah.
But I think too, it's like, the fans that rallied around you and then they brought all this attention to you. Those are the people that fuck with you. Like those
Yeah.
are actual fans. Instead of like
But
Saturday
there
Night
is-
Live, they're not all Shane Gillis fans.
Sure.
Now you're building a real fan base.
There is
that
a
you can make
downside, though. There is a
But
downside.
you're also playing, like when you go on the road now, you're playing home games.
Sure.
Like it's your fans. You can fuck around. Like you're special. If you're just a Saturday Night Live fan, you turn into, let's say you're on there and you turn into your special, like, Jesus Christ, Shane went hard in the paint. Your fans are like, fuck yeah. Shane
that
went
would have
hard in
been a
the paint.
problem. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's also there is a downside that like immediately when you get canceled, there are a lot of people that you don't want.
As
They're
a
like,
fan.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd have
exactly.
guys coming up to me after shows and like screaming slurs.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hell yeah. I'd be like, I don't think you get it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like, can you take my shirt off?
Yeah,
I think
thank
when
If you're gonna
people-
do that,
I think
take my
people,
shirt off.
Yeah, I think people rallied around you because most people are not comfortable and shouldn't be with the idea that you said something in passing in a certain context, like in a conversation, and your whole life should not be erased for that.
Sure.
Your opportunity, which is a huge one in SNL, which very few people get, shouldn't be taken away.
Yeah.
And that is the world we live in now.
And I think everyone would agree, including myself, that it wasn't great.
Yeah.
What I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the punishment didn't really match the crime.
Right.
Agree 100%.
And that's where
Yeah.
everyone was like, all right, maybe chill. But
And I also think the other...
But I think that's the counter to cancel culture. It's like, all right, he said something he shouldn't have said. He lost his job. And I think most humans are like, no, that ain't right, man.
Well, 'cause
and
you
so
know-
they're tuning into you now.
Right, and the other thing that's really important to realize is that when you do cancel somebody, like when they do that to you, you're not making the world more equitable. You're actually not doing anything. It's not as though now you're making the world more fair and more equal. You're just kind of
You're suppressing
it's just
it.
a form of
Yeah,
destruction.
you're suppressing it. You're making
Yeah.
it worse.
Yeah.
Just
I
making
think
it
the
worse.
Yeah, you
only
are.
real way to beat whatever this is, the cancel culture thing, is to just keep going.
Yeah.
Like, don't let it consume you. Like, if I got canceled and then spent the next 2 years being like, fuck cancel culture,
can't do that.
fuck this,
And then stop writing.
then I'm
and
not
never
doing. Then I'm
listen to
not
the show.
doing. That's how you
would
get
go
canceled.
downhill, yeah.
That's how you get canceled.
Yeah, agree. You
Yeah.
let it
Keep
cancel
moving.
you.
You keep
But
writing.
I think you releasing the special was kind of like, definitely not canceled. You know what I'm saying?